Hey health fam. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I had gastric bypass in March of 2017. I have successfully lost over 140 pounds and I have maintained that weight loss. Now, one word that scares us in this weight loss surgery community, the word that no one wants to say, the word that makes your skin crawl, that makes your bones ache, that literally makes you want to crawl and run, is regain. However, through my research, through my friends, through my own experience, I've seen that this is a word that we need to talk more about. It's a word we need to put more emphasis on, and it's something that is a part of life, and it's something that we do not have to let defeat us because we are dealing with it secretly and shamefully. So I'm going to go ahead and give you some tips about regain. What is regain? What is a healthy regain versus an unhealthy regain, and how to get through it. So if you're interested in that, first hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on notifications from me, and keep watching. So what is regain? Regain is very different for everyone from what I have been researching. So regain can mean, to some people, more than 50% of your weight. For others, it's 25% of the weight you lost. For others, it's 10% of the weight you lost. Now, when I said earlier in the video, I've been dealing with my own regain. I've gained 10 pounds over time. So I was sitting at 231. Right now, I'm fluctuating between 238 and 241. So I just go ahead and round it up to 10 pounds of regain. Now, I definitely know what caused my regain, and I'm going to get to that a little bit later. The biggest thing that I would suggest you do to determine what amount of regain you are okay and comfortable with is just remember your body at a point where maybe you were comfortable with it, but you still wanted to push. For me, that was about 250. Now, I'm 5'9", I'm very curvy. I naturally have a smaller waist, a bigger backside, and 250, it was a comfortable weight for me. However, I strive, and my personal goal is to be 200 pounds. Now, when I get to, or when I'm getting close to 250, it's when I definitely buckle down. It's when I go back to the basics. Going back to the basics, I'll address that later in the video as well. I go back to the basics and I just get really serious to work my way down. And that's what I'm doing right now, because at one point when I came back from vacation, my first vacation to Mexico, I was 245. So a girl was like, wait a minute, you're 5 pounds away from your point. So that's the first suggestion I give you, is give you a point after you lose the weight that once I see this number on the scale, no more than this, I'm going to seriously focus on my eating, seriously focus on my working out, seriously focus on my vitamin regimen, my water, whatever, because I can see it creeping back up. Speaking of the scale, now a lot of people may disagree with this, but being a person that was 381 pounds, it's very, very, very important for me to constantly be monitoring my weight. So I weigh in once a week. It is a big advancement for me. I used to weigh in every single day, but now I'm weighing in once a week, and then I want to do it every 2 weeks, and eventually I want to do it just once a month, okay? But I have to constantly keep an eye on the scale, keep an eye on my weight, just to know how I'm doing. Like, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. And that's just my theory, and that's just my philosophy on it. I know a lot of people say, oh, forget the scale doesn't matter, blah, 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 blah. Scale matters to me, okay? I'm going to still be checking the scale. I will probably be like a size, if I ever get down small enough, a size 8 checking the damn scale, because I want to. It is just an indicator of how well or how not well I'm doing. So I'm going to continue to check the scale. I suggest that you check the scale at least every 2 weeks, especially in the beginning, just to monitor and see what's going on with your weight. Have you had regain, and how significant is it? Now, moving on to my next suggestion. When it comes to regain, and it may happen, a lot of surgeons actually says that, you should have and you will have some regain. I have seen up to 20 pounds being acceptable regain. Some people get down really, really, really small initially. Some people can go from being my size to about 160, and they might gain 20 pounds of weight and be 180, and it's still at a reasonable amount of weight, depending on their height. But I will say that you need to be honest about your regain. Like, just be honest and be open about it. That's why I have no problem being transparent and being open. And I'm not saying you have to go and blurt it to social media or blurt it to the high guys or whatever. because it can be a very challenging thing. People have this thing where they can't wait, honestly. I feel like when you have weight loss surgery, for you to say, oh, you regained, it's almost like a they want to laugh about it because, you know, they feel like, oh, you took the easy way out, you cheated, blah, 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 and look at you, you still can't keep your weight down. Listen, just because you had weight loss surgery does not mean you're never going to gain weight again. You have to put work into it. This is why I say it's not an easy process. Is it a tool? Yes. Is it a kickstart? Yes. But is it an easy process? Hell no, it ain't no easy process. You're going to have to continue to do things, and you're just going to have to be at a place where you're comfortable enough to confidently say, at least to yourself, if not to other people, hey, I regained some weight. I haven't been on my best behavior. I've been on my best bullshit, and I need to get it back together, and then do it. Get it back together, girl. I have had to have that conversation with myself so many times. I have it with my girlfriend who keeps me accountable, and it's just, I even have me a vision board that I'm even looking at right now, and it says eat better, work better, live better, sleep better, and that's just the premises of my life going into 2019, and I know that all of those things will keep me at a nice, healthy way. The next thing when it comes to regain is you need to find the cause of the cause of your regain. So for some people it's emotional, for some people it's just having too much leisure, for some people it's just boredom. You need to find the cause and the root of it. I definitely suggest that if you have a problem with overeating, you definitely should be talking to a therapist. You definitely should have support groups like Facebook groups, and be open and honest and transparent about your issue with overeating. And that helps a lot. It's just like an addiction to drinking or addiction to drugs or an addiction to anything. When you're open and honest about it and you have accountability partners, it makes the road a lot easier for you. And in turn, you're going to be able to find out what is your trigger. So I specifically know for me, I was very focused on going to Mexico for the first time. I wanted to lose a lot of weight. When I came back, it just happened to be the end of October. We went right into Thanksgiving. We went into Christmas. And then after that, I went on a trip to LA. So I had a lot going on in that time. It was holidays, it was a lot of family, it was a lot of good eating, and I think that honestly there's nothing wrong with enjoying yourself at that time, because I work hard all the way from January, I can say, to October. So from October to December, if I'm slacking a little bit, if I'm not as serious, but I'm spending time with my family, I'm making memories, I'm getting moments back that, you know, I'm living moments that I'll never be able to live again. Go ahead and do it, as long as it's not excessive. I don't think 10 pounds is excessive at all. And I realized, hey, you know, it's January, it's fresh, it's a new year. Let's get back to eating better, not just because it makes you look better, but because you feel better. I can remember a few weeks ago feeling so drowsy, feeling so lousy, like I'm just eating horribly, drinking every day, and it makes you feel horrible. And I can remember being on keto and drinking my water and my vitamins and working out and feeling good, and I'm just getting back into that. And y'all can, I feel like I can see in the camera experience how much I'm radiating off the camera just from getting back into my routine. So addressing what it is it emotional? Did you just have a breakup with someone? You know, are you fighting with your husband? Are your children misbehaving? You know, are you going through the death of someone? Are you just bored? Did you recently lose your job, or are you a stay-at-home mom recently, so you're bored and you have a lot more time? You have to do something. You have to find a hobby. You have to address the pain. You have to do something in order to stop that regain and give you something to actually jump spring you back into your regular routine. And speaking of getting back into your regular routine, the very last part I have to address about regain is how to re-lose, because it is possible. I know of many people, there are many groups of people who have gained, you know, sometimes all of their weight back and lost it back naturally. But I will say, the common occurrence I saw between all of these people is a fire, is a motivation, is a burning desire to get back to where they were. What it is that burns you, that desires you, that pushes you, I can't say. It's going to be different for everyone. I don't care. You know, sometimes it may be, I know people say don't lose weight for vacation or anything, but it may be a vacation that you want to lose weight for. It may be your wedding day that you want to lose weight for. It may be that you want to have a baby and you want to lose weight. It may be your children. It may be, you know, your spouse, so you can live longer and live happier with your spouse. Whatever your motivation is, I don't knock it. It doesn't have to always start internally and for you. That's the absolute best way. But it may be something else that triggers it, and then you realize, you know, hey, you know, even though I'm doing this to lose weight so I can live longer for my mate, I'm also doing this for myself because, you know, I want to live a long, healthy life as well. And you address it and you deal with it and you get back to the basics. Some of the basics that I definitely suggest is trying the pouch reset. If you already had weight loss surgery, most of you have, try the 5-day pouch reset. It definitely works to get you back to the basics. I also suggest a ketogenic lifestyle. I know it's very controversial. Definitely check in with your doctors, your healthcare providers. I'm not a healthcare provider. I can only give you my personal advice. But eating a ketogenic diet, I will say, the fat keeps me full, it keeps me focused, it keeps me my mental very clear, so I'm able to get a lot of work done without eating a whole lot of food. And I feel like carbs and sugars, they slow me down, they make me sluggish. I would be like taking a nap a few weeks ago at this time when I was on so much carbs and sugar. So for me, a ketogenic lifestyle is the lifestyle that I mostly want to live at least 90% of my life, and that's what I suggest. So in conclusion, I hope this video was very helpful for y'all. I hope that we can just normalize the word regain. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It happens to many of us. It happens to the best of us. Say people who goes to the gym every 6 days a week. It happens to those who are very strict. It happens to us who have lost 150 pounds or those who've just lost 50 pounds. It happens. Deal with it. Smile through it. Be confident through it. Don't beat yourself up. Don't put yourself into this low spot where you don't feel good about yourself, because that's not going to help the situation at all. I'm praying for you. I'm here for you. I have an Instagram page, Candy is Shrinking. I'm going to get so much better with posting on it. I also have a Snapchat, Ipaintprettyfaces. I post on that daily. I post meals, how I can make meals for my family, and I keto-fy it to fit my lifestyle. I definitely encourage you to watch. You also can hit me up. You can DM me. You can leave me comments, and I try my best to get back to everyone in a very timely fashion. All in all, remember why you had this surgery. Remember why you're losing weight. Remember what reasons you have to live for and push through. This is just a small chapter in your big lifelong journey. All in all, don't fret too much about it. Do something about it and keep it moving. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope this video really helps somebody out there. Please share this with someone else in the weight loss surgery community. Thanks again. I'll see y'all next time. Stay healthy. And don't be scared of no regain, girl. Our guy, you got this.